by smiles. It was kind of a festive atmosphere. And every time a new voter showed up and they'd pull their ballot, somebody would say, "We got a first-time voter." And the whole place would go up in applause. People thought they were doing something important because they were. And that's the part that I fear we forget sometimes when we talk about the crazy sides of this campaign and the anger that surrounds all of it. There's a lot of anxiety around here and a lot of stress. We're getting close to the real thing and actually finding out. And we should remember how important this exercise is that we all have. Nathan Dean is with us to close out the week because I keep hearing from people on this broadcast. They say it's not going to be as long as it was 4 years ago. You'll know before you get to Saturday. Maybe it's a Wednesday or Thursday call. And some people point to early voting. We don't have quite as much of this as we did during a pandemic. But I think Nathan Dean is on board here as well. Senior U.S. policy analyst at Bloomberg Intelligence. He's with us from the nation's capital. You got an office pool going on this, Nathan? Are you allowed to do that at BI?
No, we don't. But I mean, look, I do believe the momentum that people are saying that we may know this sooner rather than later. And it's certainly something that we're telling our clients that they need to be prepared for, because even though we may not officially know who the leader of the next, administration is going to be, we could get an indication. And for us, it's really Pennsylvania and what's happening in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, because if Kamala Harris doesn't win Pennsylvania, then she's got a really tough road to win the presidency.
Of course, we waited for Pennsylvania for like 4 days last time, right? That was one of the longest waits we had. What's different in 2024?
Well, I think people know what the situation is. Last time we were going through a pandemic. And so, I even heard on this program earlier this week about Arizona and, how Arizona could actually take a week. People know that. And so I think what investors and market participants are looking for is they know the reality is that, look, we probably will wake up on Wednesday morning and we will know who the president is. But we know what the signs are that are going to point to where the presidency is going. And as we get more and more information and more ballots come in, I think that a lot of people, because they saw and lived through 2020 and they saw how states come in, we at least get a better picture that nobody will be surprised. So I think, we may not know who the president is till Saturday, but I think we may know indicatively.
Okay, that's good. See, it's always a smart talk with Nathan Dean. You got a Halloween I voted sticker, CC? Is that real? They have Halloween? What's on it? Is it like a pumpkin I voted sticker? It's a ghost? I didn't get one of those. And I voted on Halloween. I guess this is a New York thing. Nathan, I don't know. We got a remarkable number today. University of Florida's election lab. Nathan, 65,080,179 ballots have already been cast. How does that play into what happens next week?
So, I think we've seen the trends. We've seen two narratives. One that, per your anecdotal point about waiting in line for 30 minutes, we've seen lots of folks, especially in swing states, go to the ballot and be told, look, you're going to have to wait for it. Early voting is up. But then also, we're not in a pandemic. And so I think there are a lot of people that are saying, you know what, I don't need to vote in person or I don't need to vote early. I can actually go and do my civic duty on election day. So that's me a way saying that we just really don't know. But what we do know is that we think turnout's going to be high. Yeah. We do think it's going to be, 150 plus million Americans. And we do think that, ultimately 100,000 folks are going to decide amongst those 7 swing states who's the next president going to be. And so as a result, we think this election's really about turnout. And, that could favor one candidate over the other.
No doubt. Great to have you back with us. Nathan Dean, I hope you're around next week. We're going to need you. Senior U.S. policy analyst, Bloomberg Intelligence. Get your rest this weekend. We do get an hour. We get an extra hour this week.